My daughter said, "It's just awkward. You haven't seen Amelia in so long. Best if you just watch the live stream." Awkward. That word hummed in my ear for days. Awkward. Like I was some ill-fitting shoe, pinching and painful, best left forgotten in the closet. The house felt colder after that. The silence stretched longer each evening. I'd find myself staring out the window, watching the light fade behind the trees, wondering where all the years had gone. Where all the people had gone. I remembered holding Amelia as a baby, her tiny fingers gripping mine with surprising strength. Bathing her, singing off-key lullabies, reading the same story 100 times. Those weren't awkward moments. Those were moments of pure, unfiltered love. Now I was an embarrassment, a reminder of a past they wanted to bury. Meals became solitary affairs. A plate set for one, a quiet clink of silverware. The television droned in the background, a hollow echo of the laughter and chatter that once filled this house. I started taking long walks, down dusty country roads, past fields of grazing cows, under a sky that seemed vast and indifferent. The air smelled of earth and cut grass, a small comfort in a world that felt increasingly alien. I began baking again. My hands, gnarled and spotted with age, remembered the rhythm of kneading dough, the precise measurements, the transformative magic of heat. Loaves of bread, golden and fragrant, filled the house with a warmth that my family no longer provided. But I didn't bake for them. I sold most of it at the farmer's market. I spent hours in the garden. Weeding, pruning, coaxing life from the soil. The earth didn't judge. The flowers didn't whisper. They simply bloomed. I volunteered at the local library, shelving books, reading to children. The small, sticky hands, the wide, innocent eyes reminded me of what truly mattered. Connection. Stories. Love. The wedding day arrived, a crisp autumn Saturday. I could hear the faint strains of music from the live stream on my daughter's laptop, sitting on the kitchen counter, a silent screen. A ghost of a celebration. I put on my gardening gloves, my oldest, most comfortable pair. The leather was worn and cracked, but they fit my hands perfectly. I walked out to the garden and I began to dig. The soil was rich and dark, cool against my skin. I planted bulbs, hundreds of them, daffodils, tulips, hyacinths. A riot of color waiting to burst forth in the spring. I repainted the guest room a bright, cheerful yellow. I bought a new bedspread covered in a pattern of wildflowers. I called a real estate agent. She came by the next day, a young woman with a sharp suit and even sharper eyes. She walked through the house, taking notes, asking questions. I answered them all calmly, deliberately. We sat at the kitchen table, the same table where I'd shared countless meals, where I had learned of the wedding. She presented me with an offer. It was more than I expected. I signed the papers. I packed a suitcase, not much, just the essentials, a few photographs, my gardening gloves, a well-worn copy of my favorite book. I wrote a letter. I left it on the kitchen table next to the laptop. Then I walked out the front door. I never looked back. They can water their own damn flowers now.